All right, this is just my opinion, but I don't think it makes sense to refer to somebody else, another human being, as your best friend if you've only known that person for less than a couple months, maybe a few months at most, 3, 4 months at the most, and your interactions have been 100% online. I don't think that qualifies as a best friend type relationship. I don't know. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say, yeah, I don't know about that. So I would also point out that if you think that such a person is your best friend, maybe you don't have friends. Maybe there's a reason for that too. Now, what could that reason be, I wonder? What could the possible reason be for that? Well, something that occurs to me, it might be that you're insufferable. It might have something to do with that. Okay, it could be other reasons too. Maybe you're socially awkward. Maybe you are have schizoid personality disorder. Those are also possibilities. Maybe it's a combination of those things. I don't know. A lot of people have spent a lot of time that they'll never get back. Hours. Scouring the internet. Trying to figure out my true identity. These people have acted as if they have figured out my true identity. None of them have come close. None of you know who I really am. None of you know my real name, where I live. And I find it funny that these are the same people who bitch about doxing. And to them, the word doxing means just repeating private information, regardless of whether the information was made public by the person who is ostensibly being doxed. Like, somebody will mention their real name, mention where they're from, where they live, and then when people repeat that information, it's considered doxing amongst this this type of person, people of this ilk, right? And so that's pretty lame. I think it proves that they don't give a shit about the principle of it, right? But none of you know my real name. None of you know even where I live or where I work or anything like that. So I'll throw a bone. I'll throw you guys a bone here. Here, there you go. The city that I live in is Portland, Oregon. All right. So Lorraine, 4-leaf clover, Lori, parentheses, rain with an E, close parentheses, 4-leaf clover. So this YouTube user who, goes by Lori or Lorraine or whatever the fuck she calls herself. She frequents Cringeosaurus's chat and stuff. They talk amongst each other, and I guess they talk privately too. She is going around claiming that I am somebody who I am not. She's claiming that I am this other Mickey Farley, who has this Instagram account with like 400 or 500 followers. That's a different person. Okay, we're both bald or balding, and that's about it. We don't look the same. I'm not that person. Apparently, I think this is somebody that she knew or has known in the past, but I'm not sure. Maybe she just typed in Mickey Farley and that profile popped up. But that's not me. Lest anybody out there get it in their head that that's my account or that that's me wearing a bow tie and suspenders. Like I wouldn't be caught dead dressed like that under any circumstances. Okay, and I don't give PowerPoint presentations in a whiny, nasally voice, whatever the fuck she's talking about, which I don't even know, because this other Mickey Farley's account is private. So unless you get accepted by the user of this account, you cannot see their content. So I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. That's not me. I have nothing to do with this other Mickey Farley. And in fact, I didn't. It's not like I based my account off of this other person either. That's just a coincidence. A couple years ago, True Sherm and the MGTOW Lonely Hearts Club did something very similar. They falsely assumed that I was this professor of communications or journalism or something in Florida, and also assumed I was a woman, which makes no sense. And then they assumed I was doing a parody of the account or impersonating her LinkedIn profile. No, there's multiple people on planet Earth who have these generic names. I don't know if you know that. Mickey Farley, I'm sure there's at least 2 people on the planet named Mickey Farley. Okay, figure that out.